Hi guys, and welcome back. So it's so funny, we are back in our RV today. I, as you may or may not know, have kind of a sweet tooth. And so I was like, oh, I'll bake some cookies. And I was kind of thinking, I was like, remember how petrified I used to be to use the convection oven? We have a convection oven microwave. In the way back when we very first got this RV, one of the first things I did was I pulled out the old microwave and swapped it out for a convection oven microwave combo. And I was actually kind of just nervous to use it because growing up, you know, it's just ingrained in you, no metal in the microwave. Don't you dare put metal in the microwave. If you put metal in the microwave, you're gonna explode your house and we will be homeless. That is kind of ingrained in you. So it is kind of hard to get yourself used to actually baking in a convection oven microwave combo. That being said, I was gonna bake some cookies, thought I would bring you guys along for the ride. Today I'm gonna be making some oatmeal craisin cookies because we all know that raisins go in the garbage. So these are kind of like, they're not low carb, they're kind of lighter carb, but these are the recipe that I make a lot of times in my sticks and bricks. So I thought I would share that with you because I think they're pretty easy to bake here in your RV. And you can put all your leftovers into a Ziploc bag and you can just kind of pinch those off whenever you want. So let's get baking. I'm going to scoot through this so I don't bore you to tears, but I will put my recipe down below just in case you have a hankering for something sweet on the road. I love these folding bowls. They really help save space, and they're also good for when you just want a big salad too.
It's a salad, only bigger, with lots of stuff in it.
I've got some room temperature butter here. I'm just going to blend that together with my sugar. I'm using the Splenda today, but if you'd rather use regular sugar, I'll make a note for that down below. 1 precious egg. I hope if you're watching this in the future, eggs are no longer crazy prices. Some vanilla. I'm using almond flour, but you don't have to. Feel free to use regular flour. These are my collapsible measuring cups, which are great because the kitchen drawers in here aren't very big. These are the quick cooking oats. I don't have time to wait around on my oats to do whatever oats do in the microwave. Now we're just gonna mix all this up before putting extra goodies in. You can leave out the nuts or put in whichever nuts you happen to have on hand. In go the craisins. I have a smaller Nordic ware baking sheet that I got from Target years ago, and I just lined it with a little parchment paper. I like to use a spoon to kind of measure out each cookie, then I'm gonna make little balls and kind of smush them down just to get them into a presentable shape. And leftovers. All right, so we got the glass plate is in there, the rack is in there. Here is some info for you so you can pause it if you want to read that. And this tells you that the rack needs to be used for the convection or grill function. And then that's some wattage information for you. And there's the model number, just in case you are curious. All right, so let's close this. We're gonna hit convection. 375 start. So it's like a little video game, like a little loading here. This is where we're at, and it's gonna just keep lighting up until we hit there. See, we just hit another bar, but it's gonna keep lighting up, and then once we're to the temperature we want, it's gonna be at that bar. Yay! Another little tidbit for you is, I don't know if you can see because I have the light on. You see that's the little fan icon right there? That's how you know it's on convection and you're not just microwaving a metal rack. You'll see that little fan in the corner. All right, so now we are to temperature, and it's time to get our cookies in the oven. All right, so it's gonna stop when you open it up, and then you're gonna have this metal rack here. Of course, it stopped in a place that's hard to get it. So you're gonna wanna put an oven mitt on because it's hot. This is really hard because I am doing this with one hand, trying not to burn myself. So I got the pan in there. It is on the rack. So this is still gonna turn. And we're gonna go ahead and put the time in. Okay, so this is about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm gonna put in there we go. We are, if you can see, we are baking cookies. All right, another quick little PSA. As you see, we're getting down in time. If you want to pop this open and check on the cookies or something, and you're like, oh, I think they could use a little more time, the 30-second function does work, so we could add more time if we wanted, just like a regular microwave function. But it smells like cookies in here, so I'm very excited. All right, so let's pull them on out. Okay, there are our glorious cookies. It's a little hard to get out sometimes. Sometimes I'm guilty of taking the entire rack out and just putting it on the stove. Let's see if I can get these out without dropping them all over the floor. Okay, there we go. And we have got cookies. These really came out great. They're crispy and crunchy on the outside, but nice and soft on the inside. There you have it. We have some cookies that are great for around the campfire if you're going out on a hike. These are really good to take with you because I think oatmeal is a little more like filling. So we actually don't have a convection oven at home. This is our convection oven access here in the RV. And I feel like cookies come out so much better. So it makes me feel kind of silly for all the time I was kind of nervous to use this. So I hope that this encourages you to just get baking and to really enjoy your convection oven microwave combo. Don't let that fear stop you. If you want to bake something, just make sure that you follow the instructions. If you have any questions for me, you could put them down below. Otherwise, I will link to anything that I used. I will put my recipe down below if you're interested in that. But otherwise, get out there and get baking, guys. I will see you in the next one. That's going to be all from me today. Go forth, be kind, be creative.